to Samuel. Third Sunday of second semester of the blessed year 1994, Elijah woke up to a memory of a conversation he would often have with his father. "Elijah, did you pray with the Igpaya?" "No, Baba, not this morning. Habibi, I am surprised you haven't been hit by a bus yet. Who will protect you? You need to pray every morning so nothing bad happens to you." Somehow this memory made him miss going to church. He realized that he hadn't gone to liturgy once since his move. His dad had contacted a few abunas to make sure his son would continue to be a deacon and attend regularly. George was so completely oblivious to his son's inner life. He always was. So Elijah decided to make his way to a church that was one subway and two buses away in the suburbs of Toronto. This church was the church to be at. Rumor had it that it had the prettiest girls. That was enough to make the long trek in the cold of February worth it. Of course, Elijah didn't wear a toque. After spending 20 minutes on his hair, each strand and clump perfectly positioned, a toque would be disastrous. Martina. His heart fell. He was completely alone sitting on a subway that was filled with people. "I didn't deserve you." For the first time since the end of June had Elijah allowed himself to feel anything in his heart. He shifted in his chair, straightened his shoulders, and now spoke with his mind. "Elijah, be rational. Martina could never have kept up with you. She was never as intellectual as you. You were little kids. Sure, it was nice, but not practical. You don't need a girl who will hug trees with you. You need a woman who can keep up with you." And so Elijah made his way to church, sat at the back seat, and tried to get the best angle to check out the girls. Elijah noticed something about himself that he never used to do. Any time he entered into a room, he would rank the girls from best looking to the least attractive. And then he would treat them based on their ranking. This, of course, applied to university as well as church. In fact, Elijah loved to rank people in general. He liked to keep things organized in his mind. He even had names for the different kinds of people at church. Although he didn't know their names, he would chuckle in his mind and name them. Deacon Daniel, Pious Peter, Fake Fred, Phoebe Philibos, Cupcake Nazi, Makeup Mary, Heartburn Uncle. The church was filled with heartburn uncles. It always drove him mad when he would see people in the church tap their chest in what he saw as fake humility. "Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Please, I insist, you go first." And each uncle would tap his chest in pious humility. It drove Elijah nuts, and yet instinctually in communion line he found himself tapping his chest. "I've been programmed." Elijah was approached by a few people that Sunday. They all asked his name. They all asked him what he was studying. "English." "Oh, English, okay. Okay, like the English language." "Yes, the English language." "Oh, okay. Was that your first choice?" "Yes, I chose to study English on purpose." "Okay, okay, good for you." Elijah chuckled inwardly as he saw himself far more sophisticated than these one-track mind engineers and doctors. He could think for himself. He was a scholar. And then it happened. He saw her. "I need to find out that girl's name." It took the next several weeks for Elijah to befriend the friend of that girl. He found out that she was dating another guy. But he wasn't worried. He would find a way in. Her name was Mary. Of course, he thought to himself, every girl is some form of Mary. Marian, Miriam, Maria, Marian, Marianne. He was happy that she had the simplest form. Just Mary. He discovered that she was in second year at U of T studying political sciences. Church became exciting again. When Elijah was young, he loved church because of another Mary. Of course, he had blocked that part of his memory out of his mind. But there was some sort of comfort that her name was Mary. He just didn't know why. Elijah found a way to time his arrival at church to be right before communion, at the very end. That way, he can sleep in a little, take his time making himself look good and enjoy the best part, socializing with Mary. Little by little, Elijah found a way to wedge himself between Mary and her boyfriend. In fact, her boyfriend had no chance. Elijah was more charming, more intelligent, and way cooler. Within a month, Mary had broken up with Uriah and started dating Elijah. Elijah liked how that worked out. Every once in a while, Elijah would find himself feeling guilty for arriving to church so late. At times he would find himself wishing that God was real. But believing in you would mean so many things in my life would have to change. Not interested. Maybe later. Besides, why are you such a buzzkill? Why is everything wrong in your eyes? Like, why can't I live my life the way I want to? Why all this time singing to you? Do you speak Coptic? So why do we have to? Why is it the same message every week? I get it. I am bad, you are good, and I need to change. Man, why do things have to be like this? Besides, I look at the people all around me at church. They really are no different than anyone outside of the church. And their heartburn chest-tapping turns into yelling and honking if anyone were to cut them off on the road. Just like anyone else. To be honest, I hope you don't mind, but can I be honest for a moment? Why would you create us so we can live a life playing hide and seek? If you are around, why can't you just show yourself? What am I doing? Why bother? You aren't going to answer anyways. Sometimes, I wish you were real, because it would sure help to have someone in my life who loved me the way I am. But all I am hearing your representatives saying is that you don't like anything about me. Yes, you died for me and all that jazz. You probably died for Pious Peter or Deacon Daniel, and maybe even for heartburn uncles, but I am sure not for me. I am a pot-smoking, adulterous, academic, a student of life who has lost interest in petty superstitions. Why does it feel like I am breaking up with you? I am going crazy. What do they put in that incense? I am now talking to myself and think I am breaking up with a God I don't believe in, while I need to spend more time with people. I mean, one good thing came out of coming to church. Mary, she's cool. She comes to church because her parents still make her. She seems nice. Oh, and one more thing. If you do exist, can you please keep an eye on Martina? I think I really messed up and I really miss her. Please take care of her. And so Elijah broke up with his God just as he had with Martina. He would regret it just as he had with Martina. He felt somehow liberated and at the same time completely disoriented. He still knew his north from his south. But he could no longer figure out which way was west and which way was truth. From this point on, he only would connect with Mary at campus. And would they ever connect? She too had lost her orientation.